Rich is he's an absolutely terrific individual. I mean, I can really, being familiar with Bellarmine education, I can see it in Rich every day of his life. He's a, number one, he was an outstanding leader of our company.
He isn't just focused on business goals. He really cares about the people who work for him. And he cares about the patients as well. It's pretty amazing that by the time he was 40, he was running an organization of 1,000 people. So that's real leadership.
He probably learned some of those principles here at Bellarmine. We've certainly began them in elementary school, the necessity to care for others. And he seems to have a real passion for the health of the children of the world.
Rich's interest in helping others was evident early in that right out of college he joined the Peace Corps in Ethiopia and spent a couple of years there, and is still to this day very interested in Ethiopia and the schools there.
In the late 80s, I was at a company called California Biotechnology. Subsequently, the name was changed to SIOS, but Rich joined in the mid to late 80s, I think 87 to be correct, which was really the very early days of the industry. He came on as CEO and my boss.
Rich is interesting in that because of his undergraduate in chemistry and then his business degree, both from Stanford, he has worked really on the commercial side as well as overseeing the development, early stage development, which is unusual for a pharmaceutical executive.
When we talk about the early days when Rich joined CalBio, really the very early days of the whole biotechnology, the whole biotechnology industry. So Rich at the time was one of the key and most influential CEOs. He was very well connected. And I think that era really helped set the stage for all of the important discoveries and advancements that have occurred afterwards. So Rich was right there at the key period of time.
Rich has had an outstanding career developing and marketing important drugs for serious diseases. He's done that at several companies, Eli Lilly, Syntex, Alza, SIOS, and now Neuraltis. And so that's quite a body of work in our industry.
Obviously, doing what we do, very caring about patients, very caring about patients with serious illnesses, right? Now Rich is working on it with a company that's actually developing an agent for ALS, so Lou Gehrig's disease. So very caring person, caring about the patients, but all the employees, everyone looked up to him. He was, like I said, an excellent leader, great relationships, everyone respected and looked up to him. So I think a lot of the qualities that he gained here at Bellarmine, I see it in him every day, continues now.
He works very hard. He managed to get some of the largest grants from Rotary International that had been gotten by our club, and we had been working on it for 20 years, so we were well familiar with the process, but he was very dedicated to writing those grants, used his talents to get that done.
For his 50th, Shelley, his wife, had put together a scrapbook of those 50 years. And in the scrapbook were memorabilia from his elementary school days. And looking through that scrapbook, I was amazed at how good his work was as a third grader, fourth grader, or fifth grader. That wasn't the case with me. The handwriting was terrific. And not only did the papers have A or A+, but they usually had something written from a teacher, fantastic work, star, star, star. It was exceptional. And what I realized about Rich is that he's been dedicated to doing his best from the very start. This didn't develop late in life. It's always been there, and it still exists. Whatever Rich is doing, he really wants to do his best.